Hello everyone, I am Hussein and this is News Distillate, your go-to source for daily news updates, where we will provide you with the news you care about in a concise and efficient manner. And now, let's get started with our first news with my co-host Emma.
Thank you, Hussein. Good evening, everyone. My name is Emma and I'm here to bring you the latest news. Recently in Serbia, tens of thousands of people marched through the capital city of Belgrade and blocked a bridge in protest of the country's populist leadership. This was the second large protest since two mass shootings that killed 17 people, including many children. The protesters gathered in front of the parliament building and marched to the government's headquarters. They then made their way to a bridge that crosses the Sava River, which caused a lot of traffic. At the head of the column was a black banner that said, "Serbia against violence." As they passed the government buildings, the protesters chanted slogans against Serbia's president, Aleksandar Vučić, who they believe is responsible for creating an atmosphere of hopelessness and division in the country. The pro-government media criticized the bridge blockade, but an opposition politician said it was a battle for survival. President Vučić said it was violence in politics and the harassment of citizens. He also announced that citizens have handed in more than 9,000 weapons since police announced a one-month amnesty for people to surrender unregistered guns and ammunition. In response to the shootings, the government has put a ban on new gun licenses, stricter controls on gun owners and shooting ranges, and tougher punishments for the illegal possession of weapons. It's clear that the people of Serbia are fed up with the current leadership and are demanding change. We can only hope that their voices will be heard and that the government will take the necessary steps to ensure the safety of its citizens. What news do you have for us, Hussein?
Oh, today we have some interesting news. It seems like the people of Serbia and the migrants have something in common. They are both struggling to get access to the services they need. Recently, the US government launched a new app, CBP One, to help migrants get an appointment for an interview at the US port of entry. However, it seems like the app is not working properly. Migrants in Ciudad Juarez, Mexico, have been trying to log on to the app, but they keep getting a system error. Luis Suarez, a 37-year-old from Venezuela, said that when you log in, the app kicks you out. He added that the app opens up at 9 a.m. and at 9:01 you can't register. It's a waste of time, he said, even after the app was updated. The Department of Homeland Security said that the changes have been working well and that there may be some minor issues along the way. They also said that they prioritize migrants who have been waiting the longest for an appointment. But the migrants in Juarez don't agree. Carlos Carrillo Zambrano said he's been trying to get an appointment through the app since January without success. Denise Hernandez, another asylum seeker from Maracaibo, Venezuela, said that she and her husband also surrendered to Border Patrol earlier this week and were expelled. She was sent to Piedras Negras, nearly 500 miles away, and was robbed on the way. Now she and her husband are sleeping in a tent on the street near the Paso del Norte Bridge, with the El Paso skyline clearly visible on the other side of the Rio Grande. It's heartbreaking to see how the migrants are struggling to get access to the services they need. They are trying to get an appointment through the CBP One app, but it's not working properly. The US government said they are addressing the issues, but the migrants don't seem to be experiencing any changes. It's a difficult situation, and we hope that the migrants will be able to get the help they need. Back to you, Emma.
Thank you, Hussein. It's been a wild ride for migrants and Serbians, but the US government is taking steps to help. On a lighter note, the James Webb Space Telescope has made a remarkable discovery, a mysterious planet that's surprisingly shiny and unique, with an atmosphere made mostly of water. This planet, called GJ 1214b, is bigger than Earth but smaller than any of our system's ice or gas giants. It's also the single most accessible planet of its kind to observe, as it orbits a small yet bright star that's only 48 light years away. But it's been difficult to learn more about it until now. The James Webb Space Telescope has allowed astronomers to observe the heat coming off the planet and map out its temperature on all of its different phases. On the day side, the temperature is about 530 degrees Fahrenheit, too hot for any known life, but still far colder than expected. This means the planet must be highly reflective and able to scatter back about half of the incoming energy. The telescope also detected water vapor and methane in the atmosphere and showed that the planet is not hydrogen-rich. This means it's not just a scaled-down Neptune and is actually its own unique type of planet. Scientists are now trying to create chemical hazes in the lab that have similar properties to see what might be happening. This planet has been a challenge to understand, but the James Webb Space Telescope has revealed some of its secrets. It's an in-between kind of new category of planet that we're seeing, and it's strange that our own solar system doesn't have one. This discovery is a reminder of the wonders of space and how much more there is to explore. Who knows what else we'll find out there?
Wow, Emma, that was an amazing coverage of the James Webb Space Telescope's discovery. What do you think of the planet's unique properties?
It's definitely strange that our own solar system doesn't have a planet like this, but it's a reminder of the wonders of space and how much more there is to explore.
Absolutely. Who knows what else we'll find out there?
Exactly. Okay, what's our next news, Hussein?
Thank you, Emma. So what has been driving inflation? Economists have been scratching their heads for a while now, but the discovery of GJ 1214b, a planet with a water-rich atmosphere, may have changed their thinking. Inflation is when prices for goods and services go up, and it's usually caused by too much money chasing too few goods. In the 1970s, the last time the US had really high sustained inflation, economists thought it was caused by rising wages. Workers asked for pay raises to keep up with the higher prices, but then companies had to raise their prices more, and then workers asked for raises again. This is the so-called wage price spiral. When prices started getting high again in 2021, economists and the US Federal Reserve were worried that the wage price spiral would happen again. But it seems like that hasn't happened. In fact, wages, on average, have not kept up with inflation. So why is this? Our sources believe that the discovery of GJ 1214b may have something to do with it. This planet has a water-rich atmosphere, which could provide insight into the dynamics of inflation and how it is affected by wages and prices. It could be that the planet's unique properties are helping to keep wages and prices in balance. In any case, economists are still trying to figure out what's driving inflation. But the discovery of GJ 1214b has opened up a new world of possibilities for them. It's an exciting time for economists, and hopefully they'll be able to use this new information to better understand inflation and how it affects us all.
Hussein, what an interesting discovery. Could this be the answer to our inflation problem?
Absolutely. The discovery of GJ 1214b could provide insight into the dynamics of inflation and how it is affected by wages and prices. We'll have to wait and see what economists make of it.
Interesting. So what's our next news, Hussein?
Thank you, Emma. It's no secret that the release of the new Zelda game, Tears of the Kingdom, has sent shockwaves throughout the gaming world. People are so excited that some are taking the day off work to explore the game. I recently spoke to a few people who are doing just that. My sister Claire Stuckey works in an office and is allowed to take 4 10-hour days off once a month. She was originally planning to use the day off to visit me, but instead she's decided to play Zelda. Gus Patterson works in wealth management and he's also taking the day off. He's planning to tell his boss he has a stomachache or the flu. Jacob Ball works in pest control and he's told his boss he has an unexpected trip to go on. Sam Jacobs and his fiancée have been planning for his day off since the game's release date was announced. His fiancée has even put it on his calendar as a trip, while on her calendar it's listed as video games. Darren Enrenrich, who's in his mid-40s and has been playing Zelda games since he was a kid, simply told his boss he wanted the day off. He's so excited that he doesn't know when he'll sleep next. It's great to see people taking the time to explore their passions. It's also a reminder that we should all take a break from our daily routines and do something we love. So, if you're a fan of the Zelda series, take the day off and explore the kingdom. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you tomorrow.